Hello everyone, it's me again. Today I'm coming to you with something that will appear more often on this channel, which is a digital speed paint. Today I'm drawing Jiji, and if you didn't know, he is a character from Danda-done. At first I was very apprehensive about this show, because I didn't know much about it, other than what my boyfriend has told me. And all I knew from him was that if I decided to watch it, I should skip the second episode because it has some weird stuff happening with the aliens abducting the girl. I really don't like seeing that kind of stuff used so casually in movies and TV, but fast forward a few weeks and I decided to give it a go. I started to see more and more people just being in awe of the show, and one specific episode in particular, and so I caved in out of pure curiosity and boredom. I meant to just see what it was about, but I ended up binge watching the entire thing at once. After which I realized that I kinda love this show. It's incredibly well done, the animation is stunning, the colors are so vibrant, and I just love this juxtaposition of this weirdness and confusion with that pure sweetness and the dynamic between the main characters. I really enjoy it. I guess it kind of makes sense, because my favorite anime is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I'm a huge fan of all the flashy colors and the weirdness and all these kind of fanboy references put in by the author. And it's all there in Danda-done as well. So, knowing all that, you won't be surprised that I was really excited for the second season. And I was fortunate enough to see a pre-premiere of the first 3 episodes in the cinema around a month ago. And it was the Evil Eye arc. And so we went, and it was really cool to see not only the show itself on the big screen, but also the mini documentary that they had prepared before. It was just some curious things from the mangaka and the makers of the show. This kind of stuff is really interesting to me, and it was great to see exactly what they were talking about right after in the episode. The thing I liked the most was the shift in quality that you were able to see between the last scene of the first season and the first scene of the second season. It was even more apparent seeing it immediately one after another without the outro or intro in between. Speaking of which, the director responsible for the iconic intro of the first season was co-directing the whole show this time. So, kind of inspired by all that, here is Jiji and the Evil Eye. The first idea was to make it look a bit like a sketchbook spread, that's why you saw all the lines on the sides and it was all horizontal. Initially, I was also trying to draw from my head, but I quickly realized that I am very out of practice and it's been a while since I've done that successfully, so I decided to pull up a reference. I also pulled a lot of references for things, and surprise surprise, they were very helpful. That's why you see this vast jump from the initial sketch and the sculpted abs. I was thinking about it during the movie, that he's so buff for a 16-year-old. Man literally has an 8-pack. I know he's supposed to be this kind of a himbo character, but still. I finished this piece in about a month or so. Granted, I don't draw every single day, but I try to be at least semi-regular with it. I tried to record it in a different way, so it won't be just this flat speed paint. Unfortunately, I am yet to be experienced with these things, so I ran into some unforeseen issues. For some reason, the recordings came out very buggy and I had difficulties even just playing them. I managed to transfer most of the videos, but when I realized that half of them are completely bugged, and out of a 40-minute recording, I have around 30 minutes of just one screen cap just stuck there, I decided to let it go. I also realized like 2 days ago that I in fact do not have one more week to post how I initially thought. So I guess it's good that I came to that conclusion anyway. What I wanted to portray in this was this juxtaposition of these two looking similar but having very different vibes. I was really struggling with Gigi's face because I really couldn't figure out how to merge my more semi-realistic style with the way the faces are drawn in Danda-done. Their faces tend to be very simple and quite round, with all the features looking rather soft. What I usually do is I add more of a sexy flair to faces with features that are sharper. I also couldn't decide if I wanted a more rendered look or cell shading with a clear line art, so I ended up doing a bit of both. There was definitely a lot of trial and error with this whole piece, a lot of back and forth between the characters and decisions. In the end, I'm happy how it turned out, and most of all, that I managed to finish it. I struggle a lot with making a call that, yes, I have finished this piece, you know? So, I think that is it from me. I hope you enjoyed all my rambling, and I can see you next time. Bye!